Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel Shankar Sisters of Kashi. And yes, seeing the thumbnail, you must have understood the video is about Varanasi's night view, and yes, a little bit about G20. You can see how beautifully the streets of Varanasi are decorated for the G20. Such beautiful decorations, selfie corners, and these lightings are very wonderful. Not only this, but whole Varanasi is decorated with the enormous, wonderful tricolor lights. It seems to be very wonderful. Just have a look of one of our city, which is Varanasi, has developed drastically. Further in this video, you'll also see the beautiful decoration of G20 in Varanasi. Such beautiful carvings of Lord Shiva on the walls makes the viewer attract. Now telling you a bit about the G20 presidency. So let's know how is G20 India structured. The G20 consists of two parallel tracks, the finance track and the Sherpa track. Finance Minister and central bank governors led the finance track while Sherpas lead the Sherpa track. The G20 process from the Sherpa side is coordinated by the Sherpas of member countries, who are personal emissaries of the leaders. Knowing more about it, let's know about the headquarters. So the current headquarters is Patna, India. Now let's know what are the three themes of G20. So the following are the goals and objectives of India's G20 presidency. They are inclusive economic growth and sustainable development, digital transformation and technology innovation, climate change and renewable energy. Now moving to the most important, that is the motto of G20 India. It is One Future. The theme of India's G20 presidency is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, or One Earth, One Family and One Future. Is drawn from the ancient Sanskrit text of the Maha Upanishad. Now, let's also know about the priorities in G20 summit. The Tourism Working Group under India's G20 presidency has identified 5 key priority areas. They are green tourism, digitalization, skills, tourism, and destinations management. The Group of 20 G20 is the premier intergovernmental forum for international economic cooperation. The forum plays an important role in shaping and strengthening global architecture and governance on all major international economic issues. As we know, countries from the different corners of the world have participated for the following, and G20 countries are Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, European Union, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, Mexico, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, South Korea, Turkey, United Kingdom and United States. So these are the 20 countries which have been there in the G20 and which are there in G20. Now getting onto the view, you can see how beautifully decorated the walls are related to our Indian history. This also shows how rich and civilized our Indian history is. Not only the lightings are beautiful, but also the pillars which are decorated so beautifully. They are painted in the form of flowers. The big screens which show the civilization and the historic places of India is even more attractive. It looks very beautiful like it's shown here. While traveling, I got into this bridge. It was so wonderful and differently lighted. These bridges were decorated so beautifully that it seemed a fantasy to me. But yeah, that wasn't true. It was a real bridge. Friends, don't you think that Varanasi has really become a smart city? But yeah, let's also know about the definition of smart city. So it is the useful definition of a smart city is when investments in human and social capital is there along with traditional modern infrastructure with fuel, sustainable economic growth and high quality of life is there with a wise management of natural resources through the participatory government. So I think all the characteristics are seen in Varanasi. Such beautifully decorated the G20 has already caught my eyes on it. I think when the people from different places will visit to Varanasi, they'll surely love to live here by seeing such beautiful decorations. Here you can see the pictures of Lord Shiva, how beautiful they are. The fairy lights are decorated in such a shape and way that they seem to be magnificent. Friends, I don't think that I need to explain more about this video as just looking this beautiful scene is very pleasure giving to mind. Here you can see different countries' flag who have participated, who are there in G20 summit. This is one of the railway stations which is adorned with different lights and seems very beautiful. Even the highways are so spotless and the trees are very magnificent which are lighted in different colors. And the shiny lights are radiating the pathways and the pavements. Here's how large infrastructures like hotels, one of the example is Taj Hotel in Varanasi, illuminated with G20 decoration. And yes, let's also know about India to host G20 Development Ministers meeting in Varanasi from June 11 to 13. So let's know a little bit about it. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will deliver a special video address at the beginning of the special meeting, which will be chaired by External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar. India will host a 3-day meeting of development ministers of the G20 member nations in Varanasi beginning on Sunday that is expected to focus on disruptions in global supply chains, food and energy security, challenges and impacts of climate change among other issues. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will deliver a special video address at the beginning, and around 200 delegates are expected to attend the meeting according to the Ministry of External Affairs. India is hosting the meeting in its capacity as the current chair of G20. The G20 Development Ministers Conclave follows the Voice of Global South Summit that was hosted by India in January, and the decisions taken in Varanasi will meet also contribute to the UN Summit on Sustainable Development Goals in September, the MEA media said. In a statement, it said the Varanasi meeting is taking place amid mounting development challenges that have been further aggravated by economic slowdown, debt distress, impact of climate change, growing poverty and inequality, food and energy insecurity, global supply chain disruption, and geopolitical conflicts and tensions. The G20 Developing Ministerial Meeting will be an opportunity to collectively agree on actions for accelerating achievement of the SDGs and foster synergies between the development, environment, and climate agendas while avoiding costly trade-offs that hold back progress for the developing countries, said MEA Media. The meeting will consist of two main sessions, one on multilateralism, collective actions for accelerating progress towards SDGs, and other on green development, a lifestyle of environment approach. The Development Minister meeting was preceded by the fourth and final Development Working Group DWG meeting, which was held in Delhi from June 6 to 9. The DWG, while building on the crucial work done by previous G20 presidencies, has carried forward its mandate of enhancing G20 contribution to accelerating progress towards SDG and strengthening G20 long-term vision in this regard. Cultural programs, exhibitions, and excursions have also been organized to provide the delegates a glimpse into the rich culture and traditions of Varanasi. This was all about in today's video. Do like, share, and subscribe my channel.